The Drop with Frank and Brian is officially brought to you by Switch Suspension. Switch Suspension specializes in all vehicle chassis components. Lift kits, lowering kits, air ride suspension, wheels, tires, steering, and brake upgrades. They use all the best products from the best brands. And these guys are truck guys. You roll into their parking lot at the shop, and they all drive custom vehicles. So they use their products that they sell on their own vehicles. So if you guys are looking for anything for your vehicles, whether you're just starting out or you just need some replacement parts or whatever, give them a call or visit their website, switchsuspension.com.
Yes. I love it. Yes. Yes.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear
Oh,
me?
did I? I think I set it up right this time.
Oh, man. I love it.
Oh,
That's
hold
great. No. What? No. Oh, man.
Okay.
What a way to start the show. I love it.
I know. I planned that when we were driving home the other day. I was like, I'm gonna start the podcast like this. I'm taking this home.
That's awesome. Just doing some Robin.
Yeah, Robin. Me and Robin Banks.
You and Mike just robbing people. That was the greatest picture ever. It made me so happy. Oh, man.
It took us so long that we were like both holding our phones. I'm all, one of us has to put our phones down to take this photo. So you take the photo, I'll put my phone down, then you put your phone down, and I'll take the photo.
Yeah. No, it was great. That was awesome. So
I'm trying to get that video done before I leave tomorrow. Cause,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it's going to skip ahead of Reunion and Mini Nats, but it's a Nissan video, so I want to get it. I don't want to wait, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. No, that's great. So you're talking about Cruise to the Pines last weekend?
Yes.
Yeah. The maiden voyage of the Nissan, the hard body.
Yeah, it was a good time.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Did it feel cool?
Yeah, it was totally fun.
That was awesome. See, that's the whole point right there.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
And it made it up the hill and down the hill and no hiccups, and there was some hilarious moments that
I could only imagine. I wasn't being like cheeky when I put up an Instagram post saying that this is my favorite show when you and Mike get together. And I was not even trying to be cheeky or anything. It is amazing.
it was interesting because there was just like hurdles to tackle because I didn't have my Easy Up, my normal setup.
I saw that. So you didn't get the frame and stuff in time. So you
the frame came, today's Wednesday. The frame came Monday.
Oh, okay. So after the show.
After the show. So I was like, okay, well, I have extra Easy Ups. I have an extra one in the club. I've got a bunch of club Easy Ups here. So, but then it was calling for winds.
Oh,
so I was like,
oh my
man,
gosh,
so it's going to be windy. So I'm
so you're about a week delayed on the feeling that I had in Havasu.
Exactly.
Which was, oh my God.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, so that's funny because we have two 10x10 club Easy Ups here. One of them, the wind messed up in Laughlin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was
I
down.
didn't know that.
It was down where registration was. And we left it up overnight. I brought it down. It was tied up, but it flipped and it like broke one of the poles and ripped the top.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. That sucks.
So, but it was still, that's like still fine. You know what I mean? It's like, so when I was loading up the truck, I was like, which Easy Up is, I didn't want to take them both out and find out which one it was. So I just like guessed. I was like, well, let's see. I have 50-50 chance of guessing the one.
Oh,
I brought the broken one.
Wrong.
And I was putting it up, and Seth from Switch was right there. He's like, what'd you do? Bring the Easy Up from Mini Nats? So I had a black Easy Up and a white Easy Up with a ripped top and a broken bar that I had to tie together, and then Held it down with the water jugs and lake water that I went to pick up.
I saw that. There's so many things. That was
so
amazing.
many little things to this story.
Yeah.
And the lake water ended up being like a science project all day long.
I saw that. You had like little things floating and swimming in it, and you're creating a little ecosystem.
Not to mention that I didn't bring the lids to the buckets. So like I drove my truck down to the ramp, the boat ramp. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I hope the parking brake works because this thing is sitting like this and it could roll into the lake. So me and Will McDougal are down there and I'm bucketing water. And then I also have those things I showed you. They're like, they Velcro to the legs.
Oh, yeah. Huh?
So in order to fill those up, Will had to hold them and I had to dump water in them.
Oh, really? Jeez, dude.
So I'm dumping what?
How come you just didn't like submerge them and then let them?
It wasn't working.
It wasn't working. Oh, man.
No. It did for like, it got like this much into them and then
Really?
it stopped. So yeah, so doing that. So then I have these buckets in the back of my truck. And by this time, Mike had made his way down, walked down to the boat ramp.
Uh-huh.
So he hops in the bed of the truck. I'm driving up the boat ramp and the water starts to splash out of the top. So he has a GoPro. This is all on video because he put a GoPro on top of the truck.
Yes.
And he's like, he's like hovering over like you would in a bathroom, you know, like, and he's like, I got my Jordans on. I don't want to get them wet.
Oh my gosh. Uh-huh.
Mind you, Mike might have taken some illicit drugs on the way up the mountain.
Oh, illicit.
So he was feeling good. So then we get to the grass. I have to get onto the grass from the asphalt.
Uh-huh.
So Mike jumps out of the truck and I'm driving the Nissan over the grass to my booth very slowly, but it doesn't matter. There is water pouring out of the back. There's now water pouring out of the back of my truck.
Okay.
And Mike has this all on video. He recorded it from his phone, and I'll put it on here because it looks amazing.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
My God.
And then I parked the Nissan in the vendor row, like all where the like facing the show area, because it kind of goes like it's like in a canyon, not a canyon, but like the show area kind of goes down. And so
that grass area, yeah, because I remember. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I parked the Nissan like a boss.
Yeah. Were people stoked on it?
Yeah, man, it was really cool. People
That's
just
awesome.
were like, this thing's so nice. And like, it's funny because there's a difference between nice and cool.
Okay. All right. I can understand that.
The Nissan is cool.
It is cool. Yes.
It is not. It is not nice.
Okay. Because I thought you were going to say there's a difference between nice and cool. And some people are like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, there's that too.
That's where you were going with that.
No. The Nissan. So it's really nice until you get it next to nice vehicles.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I like pull up to the meat spot and I'm thinking I'm all cool, and then like I back in and I look and there's body drop trucks.
Oh, fully painted.
And there's painted trucks, and I look over and my third brake light's all rusty, and I'm like, can we just go now?
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
But yeah.
And then Mike's rolling with you. Mike's got his really expensive square body truck, and he's just like, all right, let's take this thing.
His wheels that he just bought are worth like 4 times the amount of the entire truck that I own.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
So I'm gonna finish after this podcast. I'm gonna try to get that one done, and then this done too. So I don't want to give too much away, but did you reach your final goal with the Nissan? Yeah, it's done.
It's done. It's all done. Awesome. That's really cool.
I even might have a buyer for it that was there at Cruise.
Well, that's what I was alluding to. Like,
yeah, so it's not confirmed. I don't have cash in hand. Nothing's signed. Nothing's agreed upon yet. But, yeah, there's someone there that was just like, I want it. I'll take it.
That's awesome. That's so cool. I love it. I love how the whole thing came together. Like, it couldn't have come together more like kind of perfectly.
Yeah, right.
You know, like you get this vehicle. And people are just like, oh, okay. And then you start making these videos, people get more into it. And then it's like everything fit, like exactly how you planned it, like you wanted to do. Take it to a show, get people hyped about it. End up, ultimate goal, selling it.
Yeah, let someone else enjoy it.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really, really cool. So how was the show itself?
Oh, it's cool. Cruise
Yeah.
of the Pines is awesome. It's
Yeah,
I
I want to make it.
I know it's just a busy time of year, man. It's hard to. I think like you were saying, if you didn't have softball, you probably just could have driven out and just like did the cruise.
Oh yeah, I would have done that. I know,
we could have punted Mike into someone else's car, and you could have ridden with me.
Oh no, I would not break up the magic.
No, there's like a hierarchy, right? And you're on top of Mike. So
You hear that, Mike?
you hear that, Mike? He's like, I'm only on episode 29. I'll hear this in like 5 months.
I know, right? He's on 29.
I don't know. He keeps skipping. He's like, I listen to 33, 35, and 38.
That's funny. That's funny. But I appreciate the friends who do marathon, like Uncle Joey marathoned it, and I appreciate all the friends who do that. It's
I
cool.
also equally appreciate the friends that say they don't listen to it.
Oh yeah. No, that's 100%. That's just be honest. That's cool. I like it. I like it. Like Steve in the videos. Like
Or all of our friends that don't watch anything.
I know. Roulette. Thanks. Well, I know Roulette listens to this.
Yeah.
Oh, the videos. Well, he's like, well, hold on. Pump your brakes. Like no one's got that kind of time.
I love when people get caught that they don't watch the videos because I'll be on the phone with them and they'll be like something about the Nissan or like something, and I'm like, oh, you didn't watch the video.
Yeah, you're like, oh, it's in the video.
Yeah. Or hey, did you get your Maverick? I'm all yeah. I made a video about it.
Yeah, right. That's funny. Oh well, it's okay.
It is.
It's just we create so much content, it's hard to consume it all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cruise of the Pines. If you haven't been, it's one of those events where it's you can make a weekend out of it, but not the weekend out of because the show part of it is such a small part of it, but it's also a big part of it because the cruise is fun. It's 2 hours basically up these windy roads, and then the show. I think we got there at 11, and the trophies were done around 5.
Wow.
But then
I know it happens really fast.
It does happen fast, and they tried to extend it this year. They tried to keep the DJ there and all this stuff, but it's just hard when people want to go and eat dinner and all that stuff. So
yeah,
but the town and the area is cool. So it would be, if I were to suggest anyone coming out of town, get a hotel for Saturday night. So come into Phoenix, get a hotel for Friday night in Phoenix, and then Saturday night do the cruise, do the thing, stay the night in Prescott Saturday, and hang out in Prescott or Prescott, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
On Sunday and just do Prescott things because it's a really cool town. So
did you hang out when everybody went to the bar and stuff, or you split at that point?
No, because really not anyone goes to the bar anymore.
Oh, really? That's not a thing?
It's not a thing anymore. People can't, they have camping, so you can actually camp. So some mini truckers camped out at Watson Lake.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so you can camp. I always forget about that. No, I just came home.
Yeah. I know. The last time I went to a Cruise of the Pines, we took the booth out there, and that was that weird year where there was that parade thing, and then that got held up. Yeah. That was a weird year. But the last year that I went and fully thoroughly enjoyed it, and now this is going to be kind of a deep cut. This was a long time ago. It was
the Maxima.
The Maxima, yeah. I mean, man, that was don't even know what year that was. It must have been 2012 or 2013, 14 maybe.
That was the year remember we went to the show, we did that, and then we were at the bar and there was a fight and all the cops showed up and we're all,
oh yeah,
we got to go now because all the cops were out front, so we skirted out back and drove to the hotel.
Yeah, that was fun.
I have footage of you sleeping in the back of the car, I think, on the way up the mountain.
I remember that because we left Moreno Valley Saturday morning.
That's right.
Yeah, really early Saturday morning, and that was a long day, and it was tiring. And that was back when the show was at that what was it? It was an airport museum or something. All I remember is a big plane prop in the front.
Oh, I think that was at the college up there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just remember something about planes, but
it's gone through it. It's gone through different stages, but it used to be at Charles Armstrong, the painter. He was up there. The guy that did the time machine.
Oh, okay.
It used to be at his shop, and then it went to the school, and then it was in a Buffalo Wild Wings kind of a shopping complex, but Watson Lake is super nice. It's
that's a good one.
It is. It's a weird area too because it's these rock outcroppings in the middle of this mountain area that don't look like they fit in. It looks like the surface of the moon. And there's little aliens in the water.
Yeah, right. Well, you saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good show. Perfect Poise. You know, they do a good job putting together. Their awards are always great. All the skateboards and stuff, all the customized skateboards for the awards. That's really cool.
And the raffle, they have a huge raffle. I tried to win air conditioner.
Like a vintage air?
No, like a home AC, like a mini split.
Uh-huh.
Is what they call them. So because I want one for the garage, and I was like, ooh, they had a really nice one. So I put a bunch of tickets in there, and I didn't win it.
Oh, you didn't win. It's always the
I
way.
never win.
Me neither. Me neither. I never win raffles. Never, not once.
It's like gambling to me. I always cap it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put $50, and theirs is cool because you can put like if you want the AC, you can put all your tickets in the AC box.
That's a cool way to do it.
Yeah, I think I learned a lot. I learned a lot from their raffle for our raffle, and then so I think I'm gonna take that cue as well.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so I appreciate everyone coming up with the good ideas, and then we copy them.
Yeah,
and then we get into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, yeah. I know. Oh, that's the thing. Yeah, that just recently gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, you could go into more explanation about it. You're like, moving on.
Moving on. No, we'll talk about that. I just
okay.
I just thought it was funny to throw it in there.
Yeah, no, that is funny. But no, good show. Cool. Yeah, like just the thing, like you said, it's a super busy time. You know, hopefully make it out there again. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm sure one day. One day. When the kids are all grown up, we'll be like 55 years old.
I'm gonna be 48. So when my youngest kid turns 18, I'll be 48, and I'm gonna be ready to go.
Go to bed.
No,
dude, I'm ready to go take naps.
No, man. That's gonna be an interesting thing. I wonder what I'll be doing. Like, will I still be doing this? What I'll be doing? Will a show still be a thing? But I'm only gonna be 48 years old. There are some people out there who, are having kids at, 40 something years old.
Robert De Niro or one of the actors just had another kid. He's 79.
Yeah, that's different. I think like I hear about that kind of stuff, and I think that's like different because those people live in like an alternate reality.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they just have a kid and then someone else takes care of them.
Exactly. Yeah, like to them, they're like, "Hey, you have a kid." It's like, okay,
Oh, okay, yeah.
But some people, I know people who are now like either in their mid 40s or and they're having kids and they're starting life. So
yeah,
I'll just be at the other end of it.
Yeah, I look at like us. We don't have kids, and that's it's still an option. But I'm older, and I would be the old dad.
Yeah,
but I did so much in my 20s and 30s as far as traveling the world. Like I did so much where people kind of do it the opposite way. They'll get out of school, get a career or job or whatever, and then have kids, and then they do that at the end of it. Like in their late 40s, 50s, that's when they start to travel.
Right, yeah.
So I would be totally good not traveling the world. I already did it. So, yeah.
And I'm the complete opposite because I didn't do any of that, So I'm going to be 40. I'm like, all right, it's going to be funny because I'm going to be 48, ready to go. And everybody's going to be like, I'm like, who's coming with me? And I'm like, nobody's going with you. You're on your own.
We're going alone, Angie. It's just me and you.
Yep. That's okay.
Yeah. No, it'll be interesting to see what happens because, like, this is the only thing I'm going to be doing forever's vehicle stuff and all that.
I thought about that. I thought about. I've been not. It's just a passing thought I've been thinking about because we talk and you talk about like what's it going to be when you get to like your 50s. Like how is this going to work? Like obviously it's not going to be exactly the same. You have said that you don't see yourself traveling to all these shows and setting up booths and stuff when you're 50. So it'll be interesting to see the kind of like iteration that it turns into,
Yeah. I think about it quite a bit. In fact, this weekend, today's Wednesday, and tomorrow I leave for C10 Nationals. And me and Chupas is flying from California, and I'm flying from here. And I'm going to talk to him a little bit about what he wants to do moving forward, like with, because he's such a talented video
really
guy.
Talented. Yeah, really talented.
And editing and all that stuff. So I'm kind of going to see if he is interested in taking over some of the editing portions of it. But but yeah, we'll see. Because I like you have to think about that kind of stuff.
Oh, I know. I've been thinking about it too. I am now with Rolling Rocks coming up. I'm going to be 5 edits behind.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, like I'm thinking the same thing. You know how we always talk about like investing in ourselves and investing in the company and like what we could do. Like I'm starting to really heavily think like maybe that's what I need to do in order to keep on creating content. But then again, I could just be being lazy. So
well, yeah. Well, you're also busy.
Well, I'm very busy.
So you not only have like the back-to-back shows and the traveling and the softball on top. Like softball's a new thing on top of this versus in prior years. I mean, last year, yes, but before that, but you also have this. So this takes, when you review this, this takes an hour to 2 hours of your time where you could be editing.
Yeah, exactly.
All that. And you want to know like a little key thing that I've noticed that's helping me move along with these edits is making them less worrying about the edit less. Like,
what do you mean?
Not like just editing it for fun and a shorter video.
Okay.
First, you know what I mean? Like just kind of, and then pre-planning it in my head, just like, like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like the Nissan edits, I don't want to say they're easy, but they're way easier than a show edit because you're telling a story in it's from start to end.
That's true.
So you're just sitting down and you're it's like boom, 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 and it's done. Instead of like sitting there having to make like a 10-minute show coverage video
and then explain this long, like I've noticed that before. Like, instead of like telling this like really long drawn out story, just maybe make it a little more simple.
Yeah.
Maybe that. Yeah, you're right. I actually have been applying something that you've talked about, and I don't know. I just sort of start messing with it. Is just like my whole workflow was first trying to find music that fit the vibe of the show, and that would take a long time, and I couldn't even get out of the gate until that happened. So I'm trying a little bit different approach with LST, which is what you were talking about. Is just you already know which clips you're going to use, and kind of what order they're going to go in. So I just been dropping them in and kind of loosely cutting them to a certain length, and then I'm going to drop a song in and then cut it down to that song.
Yeah, exactly. Where you can take the clips like, okay, you're going to use this truck. And this shot of the wheel and the whole truck, right? So you just take the wheel and the whole truck and set it in the timeline, and then later you can just shorten, adjust, and then take the next clip, shorten, or however, because you know that you don't have to go and find them later. And as you're doing that, you can listen to music, so you can like hit play on the music.
Idea.
Like you can kind of do it at the same time.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
okay.
That's why I was saying like getting another monitor simply for reference. Like the monitor that I have here was $100, and it's just to put the window with my clips on it.
Okay.
And then so this window here, the main screen, is just Premiere. So I'm not going back and forth. I'm not like putting Premiere in front, doing this, but it's just always there. So I can just go. Yeah, it definitely helps your workflow. Workflow is such an important thing.
I'm realizing that.
It is, right? It's just
it's funny because like I realize that with my screen printing, like I have a workflow for screen printing that works, and I'm able to finish tasks quickly because I do. So I just need to apply that to editing.
Yeah, and the thing is your screen printing is what you do. So like you find your thing, and to make it easier for you and faster, which in turn makes less time doing it.
Right.
It's the same with editing. But since you're not doing editing as a full-time job, then it's a little different because you're just like, well, why am I going to do this I'm only editing like one thing a month or something like that.
Right. Yeah, no, that's an interesting way to look at the whole thing. But yeah, so I'm just trying some different things and hopefully get some edits out soon because I swear, like, now, yeah, you're right. This podcast has taken up a lot of our time, and it's a big part of our thing now. And people always say, "Oh, I love your videos," and in the back of my head, I'm like, "I don't make videos."
Yeah, I don't do that anymore.
But I'm not gonna stop. But it's just fun. Like in the little voice in the back of my head, they're like, "What videos are they talking about?"
I know
your old ones,
the podcast videos. But anyway, we're just constantly trying to find our balance for everything. Yes, it's fun. So what else is going on?
I am just on getting ready for Rolling Rocks. where am I at right now? Where am I at? I'm actually doing pretty good. Did my inventory. Don't have to do too many reprints. Got a couple customer jobs going on, but mainly getting ready for next weekend. I'm not very stressed out about it.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't know why. But I'm not that stressed out about it. I'm just sort of like, I don't know. Now, doing so many shows so closely together over the past few months, I've sort of like settled into this mentality where like, you know what? Like I'm going to try my best to get it done, but if it doesn't, oh well. You know, I used to get really like anxious about having full inventory. Like that very first time we went to Mini Nats, I was so worried about not having enough inventory.
Yeah.
Or being like someone wanting a size and I'm like, oh, I don't have that size.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like I think now getting more into it and understanding that like it's all going to kind of work out.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know. I've kind of chilled out a little bit.
Yeah, same here. It's good times. I was Will Rucker from Perfect Poise that lives down the road for me.
Mm-hmm.
He took up like the easy ups and my stuff that wasn't going to fit in the hard body. So I was like, "Oh, you're going to Mini Nats, huh?" And he goes, "Or I mean, you're going to Rolling in Red Rocks, huh?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm all. Can I just leave this in there?" And he goes,
"Oh,
yeah."
That's
so
cool.
now I don't have to take the trailer. I can just take the Maverick with.
Oh, nice. I was
just
thinking about that this morning, how that's going to work out. Like I figured that you were going to bring. For some reason, I'm still thinking in the old time, so I'm thinking you're going to bring your Titan because I was like thinking about the show, thinking about how we're going to film everything, about the cruising and stuff, and then I was like, oh, you're going to have the Maverick.
Yes.
So that's going to be cool. We still have to figure out, you know, how that.
Oh, I'm not even filming. I'm like,
you're not.
I'm not. There's zero. Like that. This is the show where everything changed for me last year.
That's right. Yeah.
So I am going to make a video of some sorts, but it's not. I'm not going to even worry about like the driving footage. Like I might just get my GoPro on a stick and hang it out the window, and I don't know. Like I'm not stressed. Like I always get stressed. Like last year, remember we were like, "Okay, you're going to ride in the truck, and then I'm going to do this," and like, and you know, I might find someone to drive the Maverick, and I might sit in the back and film. But if I don't, then it's just like
it's kind of interesting how we're both sort of taking this mentality now that like it's not that we're being like laxed or anything about it. It's just we're just sort of like okay with everything. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm getting it across correctly.
It's definitely been it's been about a year now. That's because it was when I like Rolling in the Red Rocks really, I don't know what it was. Obviously the show's amazing. It wasn't the show. It was just me. It was a turning point.
Yeah.
For me. And so now obviously I'm still making show coverage. I need to make like another video that says like no more show coverage. Just because, kidding. But this is the video that like we're explaining it now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're explaining it now because there's so many people who are like, and this is the one I laugh at the most because I heard this a couple times in Havasu and I heard it a couple times before. Like, man, it's really too bad Brian doesn't make car show videos anymore. And I was all, I don't know where we're at, but in my head I'm like, this is Mini Nats. I'm like, he just dropped the LSD video. Like,
on the way to Mini Nats.
Yeah, today he did. So I just think it's funny, but yeah, it's funny how people get a perception. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's my fault too because I should have been a little more.
I mean, it's not your fault technically.
No. But at the same time, at that moment in time when I made that video, I was like, "Yep, I'm done."
Yeah, you were pretty fed up.
Yeah, I was pretty fed up. But then I realized, like, oh, it's just I'm putting too much pressure on myself.
Exactly.
I just need to adjust the way I do this.
Exactly.
So
and that's the same thing that I'm coming to with the shows and getting anxious and, you know, I mean, it affects everything and, you know, pull back the curtain a little bit because as I get stressed out about the shows and about getting stuff ready, it affects everybody. It affects my kids. My kids are like, oh, dad's pissed again, you know, because like I'm stressed out about this thing. So just it's okay. No one is going to arrest us if we don't have any extra larges in this one design. You know?
Right. I went to Mini Nats with like half of my stuff not there. Like they're like,
that's right.
I had like no mediums, no 2X, and I'm hoping to restock by Red Rocks. I just. Oh, by the way, do you think you can go down to Brandon's?
No, Dave, that's not on the way anymore.
That's is not on the way. I was like,
but I can.
I wonder if Frank has to go down the hill for anything.
I don't, but it's okay. I will make it. I'll go down there.
Oh, and I think I can find someone to bring him up to if needed.
Okay. Oh, I don't know. Does anybody from the club roll into the show?
No, our club doesn't go to stuff.
You mean the one with the show in the Hall of Fame? That one?
That club's not in the Hall of Fame, just a show.
I know. That's what I mean, though.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Georgie's going.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
Georgie's awesome. Georgie's fun.
Right? So he's not going to be able to stop by Brandon's because it's definitely not on the way, but Georgie is going.
That's cool. Yeah. I forgot about that. That's awesome. He's always a good time to hang out with.
And his truck will be parked in front of our booth.
Oh, nice. Oh, he's got an inside spot.
Yeah, he didn't at first, but I guess someone backed out, and Graham was like, "Do you want him in front of your guys' booth?" I'm all,
yes.
I'm all, no. Put him outside.
No. And Georgie would be like, okay.
All right. Whatever.
Yeah.
My hard drives keep spinning up behind me, and it's like distracting me.
I know. Yeah. What are you doing back there?
Well, I went to eject them, but they're not even in, but they keep on still spinning up. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Oh. Filling some time here. Yeah, sorry. Brian is monkeying around with his.
It's like they're in this cabinet. All the hard drives are, and the two that are the one that's plugged in is just going. Ooh.
Don't they get hot?
I don't know. No,
I never thought. Oh, that's the thing about my laptop that I do all this on. This little sucker gets warm and it gets a little rowdy with the fan sometimes.
Oh yeah. No, these are just discs that spin up. They don't like they don't create heat like a laptop does.
Oh, it's like you mean just external hard drives?
External hard drives.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. I got it. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm on the same page now.
Yeah.
But cool, rolling in the Red Rocks. Yeah, looking forward to it. I'm not stressed out. Great. Not talk to me next week because don't forget we're still a week and a half out. So talk to me next week to see how I'm feeling.
Yeah, but I'm actually like excited now. Like there was a time there where I was stressing every time, like you said. But now I'm looking forward to going.
Yeah, that's great
because I have no stress on the video side of things.
Right.
And that's how with C10 Nationals this weekend. I'm excited to do this because I don't have a booth to worry about.
That's right. It's like kind of a different thing you got going on.
Yeah, and I just signed up for Classic Truck Throwdown out in Texas, and same thing. He's like, "Do you want to drive out? Do you want the booth?" And like LST because it's the same guys that are Lonnie and those guys that are. And Jared and Radar. And I said no. I said if you want me to do video, like I'm flying out, just doing video, not worrying about the booth.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, all right, cool.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's really cool.
So, what else?
That's pretty much it. We got some questions. I put a thing out yesterday asking for some questions.
Did you see? Did you go through them?
I did. Yeah, some of them are funny. Some of them are good.
There's a lot of good ones in there.
There's a lot of good ones. And then I like the one that where did that one come from? The whole body drop thing.
Someone sent it to me. Did you? Oh, Daniel Smith just messaged me from Smithworks. He said, "Hey, I sent you guys some quality questions. I feel at least one should make the cut. Ha ha." So I don't know if he's.
Let's start. Hey, Daniel, we're starting right there.
All right. Well, I'll let you read them then.
Okay.
He sent him to the drop thing.
All right.
I don't know if he's being funny or not, so maybe don't read them out loud at first.
Maybe give him a little.
Just give him a little
look over.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm not. I don't see any. Oh no, it's probably in a message. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was looking at there they are. Okay.
We will tell you guys this. We do get questions that we cannot ask on here because they are funny. Mm-hmm. So for some people, like they're being humorous, but we can't say them on here. So
yeah, well, I mean, they're not. Daniels aren't really bad. They're just funny. Okay. Well, first of all, welcome to dropping in.
Oh, on the I drop. Have something for us. I don't know if you can hear this or not, but
okay.
So when I push one of these buttons here, how do we hear that? Do we have to plug the microphone into this? You got to plug.
I was actually messing with that earlier, so I was plugged it into here.
Okay,
and I heard it.
Plug it into here real quick.
Okay, all right.
We'll edit some of this, but plug it into here.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Drop! And drop.
Dropping in.
Drop in. Drop. I dropped everything.
Can you hear it?
I knew the drops would come. Drop it!
Hold on.
Hold on.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear shit. Hold on.
Guess what?
All right, there you are.
Guess what?
What?
Why would I hear what's on your computer that's not connected to my computer when this microphone is connected to my computer? You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Why would you?
Yeah, why would I hear that? You're like, here, listen. How could I hear that?
I don't
It's
know.
on your
Yeah.
computer.
How do we change that?
Well, we'd have to be like on this. We'd have to. Be
We'd have
recording
to be
on the-
together. Not.
Yes.
It's so stupid.
I know, right? I put it in, and I'm like, wait a minute.
I want you to hear it though.
I don't think there's any way I can hear it.
There
because
is
it's
a
on
way
your
you can hear
computer.
it. I'm gonna send it to you right now.
Okay.
We're gonna talk through this while I send it to you
Okay.
because I want you to hear it before we do the questions.
Okay.
And
Are you sending it to me like through Facebook Messenger?
I don't know how big is this. Let's see. I can send it through Facebook Messenger because it's super small.
You know, last episode we had a lot of cracking and popping and stuff going on.
Yeah.
So I put my phone in airplane mode, but I'm still getting all my messages and.
Well, turn your Wi-Fi off.
Oh.
That's what makes that. I think that's what makes the cracking and popping is your Wi-Fi is getting a signal from the Wi-Fi router to your phone, and it's interfering with it.
Okay, then let me turn that off.
But don't turn it off now because I'm going to send you this to you.
Okay. This is great.
All right, so
This
I want you to
quality.
So yeah, I'll edit this around, but I want you to listen to this now. So this is what's going to like.
Okay, I see it. Let me hear it.
Yep.
That's awesome. Who made that? What is that?
Producer Will sent me 2 30-second clips of random people saying the drop.
That's
And then
awesome, man.
I took those clips and I edited that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I took the
That's
clip
it.
and I just took portions of it and then I put the music, then I sped some up, slowed it down, and then did that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's great. Well, so welcome to Dropping In. That was our new jingle.
Yeah, so we'll figure out how this goes.
Here,
but-
we'll put it in here somewhere. That was great.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. So welcome to the drop. Welcome to Dropping In with Frank and Brian on the drop.
Yeah.
Thank you to producer Will for that, and thanks to Brian for putting that together.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Producer Will. All right, so do we want to
Yeah,
start with
so-
Daniel Smith?
Yeah, we'll start with Daniel Smith because he gave us some great questions. So the first one says, has Brian ever considered putting down the camera and chasing his true passion of being the world's greatest Uber driver? I didn't know you were an Uber driver.
So that's an inside joke with Daniel and me. I went to this Tamco takeover thing where they painted Mike Finnegan's truck.
Oh yeah.
And I stayed at a hotel, and all the painters, because it was like a big, like each person had like a class, so you could sign up, take a class, and all these painters were there teaching you things. So Tammy, who put it together, was like, "Hey, on the way," because me and Matt Hutchison rented a big old Suburban and drove out there. And she's like, "Hey, on the way to the raceway where the event was from the hotel, can you pick a couple people up at their Airbnb?" And I was like, "Sure." So I roll up to this house, and we're in like West Virginia or something. And I roll up to this house, and like 10 dudes come walking out of these two houses next to each other. And I look, and I knew them. It was like, I didn't know I knew them, but it was Daniel and a bunch of other guys, and like, and we pile into the Suburban, and I drove, so I was the Uber every day for 5 days,
Just picking all these dudes
picking
up.
those guys up, taking them, then on the way home, dropping them off. So
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So so you could be the world's
could.
greatest Uber driver.
well, it could be it was fun, good times,
You could be the world's okayest Uber driver.
mediocre.
That's okay. That's okay.
in the hard body.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. That'd be cool. I don't know if Uber would like fly with that though. They're like, well, what do you drive? You're like, oh, it's a 1994. They're a what?
They're
1994 or whatever
Yeah.
Nissan hardbody. They're like, oh no, sorry.
No, sorry.
Anyway, so his other question is how do you? And this is a good question. Maybe sensitive, but we'll get through it, right?
All right.
How do you guys feel about these guys who buy famous mini trucks and then instantly become car show famous? Wait, do we want to go there?
That we might be able to touch on that. That's a hard one because everyone has opinions, and then there's everyone's just got it. It's a tough one. I like that those trucks when a truck becomes iconic, like Last Look.
Mm-hmm.
There's just iconic trucks out there that you really can't strip down the paint and rebuild them,
right?
Like because there would never be as great as it was when it was there. I'm glad that people are buying them and bringing them out to events.
Yeah. You know what? And we've actually talked about that before. And because like I look at it, well, we'll talk about both ways, but one way that I look at it is I always find it odd when, and I'm not, okay, anyway, I always find it odd when someone buys like a finished truck and then immediately says, well, I got to change stuff to make it mine.
Yeah.
It's like, then why did you buy a finished truck? Like it was done. It looked great. Like, if you wanted to take something and create it and make it your own, then maybe start with a stock truck or one that's not finished.
I just think
found that odd.
It just depends on the truck, right? So if you just buy a nice truck that's done, yeah, you definitely should change it to make it yours. Like
I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? But if you buy an iconic truck,
that is the difference. Yeah.
I think that's the difference. Like because you can put different wheels on something. Like you can even change the color of a truck to make it yours. But an icon, like you're not going to take Last Look and be like, oh, I'm going to
repaint this thing. Yeah. I'm going to repaint this thing and make it just blue.
Just make it like a mediocre 87 Toyota pickup truck or whatever year it is. But like, yeah, I just think that, I mean, I have my own opinions on this and we don't really need to go down that rabbit hole, but I do enjoy seeing the trucks. It's just a touchy subject when it comes to how the owners,
I think the way that this question is particularly framed, like this question is framed people buying famous trucks to then try to make that. He says, let me finish the question because I kind of didn't finish the whole thing. And since we're talking about it, we'll say the whole thing. How do you guys feel about these guys who buy famous mini trucks and then instantly become car show famous and like they did something or think they're a big deal now? That's a pretty contrived question. Like it's an honest question, and I appreciate the honesty in that question, but it's a bit contrived, and I don't think that we have the capacity to make decisions on, we really can't say much because we don't own those trucks or we don't, so it's a hard position to be in. We can only kind of like doing what we're doing now and kind of say what we kind of feel about it, So buying iconic trucks in particular, like if I was to buy an iconic truck, the one that I would want to buy is the blue Tundra, Joel's old Tundra.
Oh yeah.
That is, and the reason I want to buy that truck is because that truck inspired me. Like my 4Runner is pretty heavily inspired by that truck.
Yeah.
By the color. I mean, they're the same color. They're both Toyota Speedway blue. And Alan also painted that truck, and Alan was painting my truck. And I was really inspired by how the airbrushing is done on that truck. That truck, all the airbrushing that's all over the roof and the wheels and inside the truck is just one or two colors. Like it's black and grays.
It's funny because that truck is it's still very, I don't want to say elegant and classy, but at the same time, it's not overdone. Like it has a very modern set of wheels on it, and a very kind of off the wall like skulls and stuff. But it's not overly done.
I think, and I might be reaching here, but I think maybe the word you're looking for is like still relevant.
No, that's definitely not. No, because you have like a truck where they put skulls and airbrushing on it, and they do the entire truck, and it just takes away from the actual vehicle.
That's true, but then again, you end up with a truck like that. Is it called Hellraiser or Raising Hell?
Yeah, but that truck's called Raising Hell because
I know, that's what I mean. So you enter this like you go so far and you like enter this other realm.
Yeah, it takes away from the truck. Like this is my personal opinion. I like a classy truck. I don't like a truck that's just like it's got so much done that you just don't know where to go. You don't know where to look, and I think that truck is a good balance of it. And
Which
it's just
truck?
cool.
The blue truck?
Joel's truck, yeah. It's
Joel's
just
truck, yeah.
Because like I'm usually not a fan of those style wheels.
The Lexanis.
Well, yeah. Well, are they Lexanis or Asantis or something?
They're Lexanis, I think.
Yeah. So they're like, I'm usually not a fan when people airbrush the wheels, and
I think that was to me that was the coolest part.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm usually not a fan of
I
that.
see what you're saying.
That one I am, because it was just done. It was just done right.
Yeah. So I think my point of that was, I think if you're like that, I would aspire to own that truck because I love that truck. You know, I don't know if I would just go after a truck just because, like it was a well-known truck and now I want it. You know, I would want to go after trucks that I think that I personally find very attractive and personally are inspired by.
Yeah. I wouldn't go after a truck just to make myself relevant.
Right.
Yeah. Or I would feel uncomfortable even accepting an award for a truck an iconic truck. You know what I mean? Like I would want to take that truck. Like if I bought Last Look, I'd be like, okay, I bought Last Look, and I would take it to a show just to show everybody, just to be like, this is part of it. And then I would tell the people, I would be like, don't judge this. Because this is not, I didn't bring it here to compete in the show category.
Right.
I brought this here so everyone can enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely.
Because with a trophy now, once you get a trophy for that truck, it changes the dynamic of it. Right.
And also, I think, correct me if I'm using this, not using this word correctly, but when you become the owner of a truck like Last Look or like Time Machine, you sort of become the steward of that truck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You become the keeper. Like you're just keeping this thing to hopefully inspire other people to build trucks like that, or hold on to this piece of history. And I think you're right. And I think if you try to take those trucks and you enter them into the competition, that kind of disrupts the playing field. I don't want to make it sound like everything should be even and fair and everything like that, but yeah, it almost needs to be like an exhibition rather than a competition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're taking this truck, you're taking it all over the country. You become the steward of this vehicle to take it to places like, even though like some of these trucks, like maybe Last Look has never been at Mini Nats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Has it?
That's the thing too. Like, okay, well, here's another great example is the Stranger.
Oh yeah, that's a great example.
Right. So that truck never came to the West Coast.
Yeah, and I saw it for the first time in person at our show.
Yeah. So that truck, it's not like that truck made its rounds 15 years ago, and then now it's back out. You know what I mean? But again, this is just me, what I would do if I bought one of these.
Yeah, this is
what you do with that's up to you. Like
this is no one can tell you what to do.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with me. This is it's just like if you were like, hey, where do you want to eat tonight? I'd be like, well, I don't like spaghetti. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go and get a hamburger. Spaghetti. But you're like, I'm gonna get spaghetti. I'm gonna be like, okay, cool, man.
Yeah, you're like, that's fine, dude.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have my opinion. I'd be like, I can't believe Frank eats that disgusting mushroom infested whatever restaurant is disgusting. But that's just me. Yeah.
No, I think it is an interesting subject because it is a thing. Like,
well, it's a thing that people talk about.
It is, and that's why it's kind of relevant to talk about it.
Yeah,
I think it's worth chatting about.
Yeah, thanks, Daniel.
Yeah, thanks, Daniel. That was a really good question.
It's a fun topic because I've had this discussion with like Tom Jenkins, who bought Far From Losing, and he's buying every other truck out there. But we've had this discussion in person. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's not like if you talking behind someone's back or anything. It's just
I think it's all pretty much out in the open about this stuff. But you know what? But it is cool to see these trucks. Every time I see Far From Losing in person and like it driving and stuff, it's really cool.
That was a highlight of my weekend.
That's really cool.
Last year, because Far From Losing came to Forbidden years and years and years ago, and it was just like one of those things that he kind of like set it up, tore it down, set it up, and it's not a regular truck. It's like seeing a truck with a VW motor in the back driving down the street doing the 3-wheel and stuff, like that was cool.
And the other point that I was going to make is like this is also kind of not a new phenomenon. Like it's been going on for a while. I was just thinking because Tanner just posted that he's picking up the Twisted Sister, the sister truck to Twisted Metal that Bob Grant built back in the day. And even then, I know this is a little bit different, but like bear with me. back then, the Twisted Metal truck wasn't really ever finished, and like someone had to take it and finish it, and now that's a truck that's around in the scene. It's back east.
Oh, the perfect example is the one Zarate just picked up.
That's a perfect example.
Yeah,
exactly.
Iconic truck that was never finished, so he can finish it. It's totally different.
It's totally different, but it's a little similar in the respect that like this, because like right now it seems like a new phenomenon, like people buying all these like iconic trucks and taking them places. But in reality, it's been like that. It's always been like that.
It has, and it will always be like that. Which is, these trucks have to have buyers.
Oh yeah.
So, I was listening to the podcast. It's called The Inevitable.
Oh yeah.
And Jay Leno was on it, and Johnny Lieberman, one of the hosts, asked him the question, like, hey, in 20 years, you're not going to be any younger. What are you going to do with your car collection?
It's a good question.
These trucks and vehicles have to go somewhere, so you can't keep them forever. So
and what's the what's the alternative? Like, how many times do you see stuff pop up on social media like, oh, here's this iconic build just rotting away in a field. I wish someone would take care of it. Well, that's what these guys are doing.
Yeah.
They're taking these trucks and they're taking care of them, and they're, like I said, they're becoming stewards.
I just think it bothers some people how the people that some of the people that do take care of them, how they act sometimes, which it is
that's
what
human
it is.
nature. That's human nature. People, one thing that we've learned throughout all of these journeys in our clubs in general, the scene, everything is, people have all sorts of different personalities, and you can't get upset about people's personalities. Just whatever. That's how they are. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's
people.
cool.
There's people out there that don't like me.
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
Next question.
That's true. No, I'm sure there are.
Next question comes from Frank.
Yeah.
Brian, why are you such a jerk?
Yeah. It's not Frank. It's from Trank.
It's from Dwight. Our next question is from Dwight.
Dwight says
Dwight needs to make an appearance soon, and I
know.
have an idea.
Okay.
At the end of this podcast, we're going to talk about an addition to our next giveaway.
Oh yeah.
We'll fit Dwight in. Maybe
Okay.
Dwight will be interested in looking at that.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely Dwight needs to make an appearance. I feel like he's been kind of like laying low lately. You want to hear something hilarious? I just saw a friend the other day who I hadn't seen in a long time. We're catching up, and I'm like telling her what's going on, and we started talking about like our giveaways and how we created this character. She is not the first person or the second person who thought that Dwight was some other person. We my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law and her husband came up one time a few months ago, and we're talking the same thing. I'm like showing them, and I'm like showing him the videos, and he's like, is that your friend? I was like, yeah, it's my friend.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends in my head.
And then he's like, oh, okay. And I said, yeah. And then I'm explaining him how we make these commercials and we do all this stuff. And I said, yeah, my friend is coming up tomorrow. We're making a commercial. He's like, well, where's your friend from? And I'm like, totally playing. I'm like, probably somewhere in like Louisiana or something, right? And then after a minute, I realized he thinks that this is a completely different person. I was like, no, that's me. And he goes, huh? And I was like, yeah, that guy is me. And he's like, no way. So it's funny how there are a few people on there who think Dwight is an actual real person.
He is a real person. No, it is a real person.
He is a real person. Somewhere deep inside that man exists.
And there's others in there too.
There's others in there that I'm that they're brewing in there.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens
when you're 48.
Yeah.
Kids are gone. Mm-hmm. The true Frank comes out.
They're like, who's that old man in the pit? Oh my God, it's Frank. He's still shirtless. That's
not gonna be you. The true Frank will come out. That's the hiding of all the other stuff.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we're gonna see.
We're gonna see. Yeah, we're gonna. All right. What's the next question?
Moving on. I wanted to talk about the buy drop question because that was a good one.
Oh yeah. So that was Los.
Sunset Los?
No, Los in the drop.
Oh yeah. He's cool. He's a really he watches all of our stuff and comments a lot.
Yeah. Question for the end cap of the pod. What is the difference between traditional body drops and the rest of them? And then, would you sacrifice AC in order to run bigger wheels, and still lay, or stick with smaller wheels?
Right.
So, first off, the difference between a traditional body drop and the rest of them is a traditional is when you keep your stock frame and you cut your floor and let the body fall around the floor. So you lose headroom. Yeah, you lose headroom and all that, but the body is now level with the frame. So that's traditional. And then the others are when you build a chassis, either a full chassis or a 3/4 chassis, and then redo your body mounts and stuff so you don't lose the headroom and legroom and stuff.
Yeah. And the traditional body drop really derives from channeling. So the hot rod guys used to channel them, which is the same concept, except for instead of raising the entire floor, they would just raise the section of floor that goes around the frame.
Yeah.
So you'd end up with like these like little channels. Yeah. So they channel it and then drop the body.
Yeah.
And then they even take it one step further where they section the whole car.
So I thought that was channeling.
Oh, no. That's sectioning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Those are two different things where they take out like a literal strip of the body and then squish the body down.
Which doesn't necessarily do anything as far as a body drop is concerned.
No. It just sort of like changes the overall aesthetic of the car.
It's like a half a body drop because it only body drops the top of it.
It makes the overall car shorter. A really good example is Jesse James built one in the mid 2000s. It was a gold 54 Chevy, and like on Monster Garage is when they had like all these old heads come in, like all these old builders, and they channeled and sectioned that car.
Yeah.
So if anybody has the time to go look at it, go research that, and that'll tell you exactly what's going on. But anyway, how it applies to us and body drops and trucks.
Yeah. So then the other part of that question was, would you sacrifice air conditioning in order to run bigger wheels and still lay or stick with it? That's such a hard question because it just depends on how old you are. Because when I was 20, I didn't care about air conditioning.
That's true. And you lived in Southern California, so.
Exactly. So now I would figure out a happy medium because I don't want the wheels don't need to be super big in my opinion. But they also can't be, it can't hinder the look of the vehicle. So you can't just be like, I don't like these wheels are too small for this. But if I go any bigger, I have to lose the AC. And so it just depends if you're building a driver or if you're building like a truck that you want.
That's true.
To look at every day.
My opinion on that, and you can correct me on it, is
I could correct your opinion.
You could correct, yeah. That's our relationship. No.
That's what I do best.
No, I was gonna say that there shouldn't be any reason unless you're going crazy, like stuffing a 24 in like a Toyota or something. There's no reason you shouldn't run big wheels and still have AC and heat.
S10s.
S10s. Oh, I'm not familiar with S10s, which was another question. But anyway,
why do we hate S10s? Here's the answer. We don't hate S10s. We just like. Now it's a ruse.
Yeah, it is. It is definitely just a funny thing that we do. And I think that question came from our petitioner in Bakersfield, Matt.
Oh, yeah, Matt. Yeah. Yeah, we don't hate S10s, Matt. We just hate you. Just kidding.
Little bit of petitioner razzing. It's fine, man. Don't worry about it.
No. But yeah, S10s, I know you have to like something in the passenger wheel well or something like you have to you can still run a big wheel, but you just have to move it or rebuild it or something like that.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I think we've come because, like you said, back in the day when you're young, you don't care if it had AC. You just want it body drop and cruising. That's it.
I have a good example of that too. My Tacoma doesn't have heat because on the back of the engine where the heater hoses come out of the firewall and then they meet the ones on the engine. Well, I just disconnected them and they went boop.
Oh.
And I never hooked them back up. I just plugged them. So I'm like, I don't need heat. Now I need heat.
You need heat and AC. But yeah, that's my point. It's not necessarily like, so for the S10, for example, it's not that it's impossible. It just takes, you have to take a different route. And my point is now over the last 30 years now, almost 30 years of building these style trucks, people have learned a lot to where they were just taking stuff out to lay them out in the beginning. They have now learned and more parts available. There's people who have figured it out and making parts to make it work. There's vintage air systems. There's so many more options to make it work to where, and this might be a bold statement, is if you have a truck that's body drop with no AC, there's no reason that it should be like that. It should have AC and heat and be body dropped on nice wheels.
Yeah,
in
if
my
you're driving
opinion.
it. Yeah, if it's a full blown show truck, and you want to remove things for aesthetic purposes, that makes total sense.
I
But
get
if
that.
Yeah, but if it's a driver, yeah, like you said, we've come so far from those days.
I'm just saying someone can't. To me, it's a hard pill to swallow when someone says like, "Yeah, I don't have AC because it's body dropped." So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's like a different thing. You're saying like, if someone wanted to strip it down where it's just a motor sitting there looking really nice, like that's a look that you went to go for.
Yeah.
But to make an excuse like, "Oh, I can't have AC because it's body dropped."
You can do anything you want.
Exactly.
You can do anything you want. It's you can make it work. But yeah, I wouldn't sacrifice if there's a certain look I want. Like the like wheels to me are is so important to the build. If I had to choose, like there is no reason to choose. There's no reason to choose. The choice is spend a little bit more money and make it work.
That's it. I think that's what it comes down to. And I'm surprised that now we're on the subject of body drops, why you haven't brought up the other thing that I get rused about a lot.
What's that?
Why don't I like body drops?
Oh, I don't bring that up because it's not true.
I know it's not because it's just like it's just like the S10 thing. It's just like the billet wheel thing.
Yeah.
It's the body drop thing. And it's like, oh, Frank doesn't like body drops. It's again, I love body drops. There's nothing cooler than a body drop truck cruising really low to the ground. My whole thing is like everybody thinks my truck is body dropped, and I've said before it's not. It's
such
just
close though, man. It's pretty close.
Pretty
to
close,
being
and
there.
that's just because the body mounts when the 4Runner body swap was done onto the two-wheel drive frame, the body mounts were moved up. So
Yeah.
and I always
Yeah,
and I
so you're
feel
technically
so,
body. You're technically
I know,
body
and
drop.
I hate saying that because it sounds so dumb. Well, I'm
It's-
technically body dropped. It's got like a half-inch body drop.
Yeah, but here's the thing: when you move, that's another way to body drop a truck. So square body C10s, Tray 5 actually makes a body drop kit for them.
Oh, with the
Because-
with the body mounts.
Yeah, with the body, you just move the body mounts. So
But it's still my pinch is still probably an inch and a half from touching the
Yeah.
ground. And we
I-
and
you
we
know-
already talk crap about trucks that lay pinch instead of laying
yeah.
laying rocker.
yeah, you'd be the opposite. You could fold your pinch and it'll make it higher.
Make it higher. But yeah, yeah, my whole body drop thing. Well, to be 100% honest with you, and the reason my truck isn't body dropped is it does take extra time to body drop it, and
Well, it takes a lot of, in your case, in a case of an SUV like that, it takes a lot more money too.
Oh
Like,
yeah, well yeah, because like my truck is built on the stock frame.
Yeah.
So it's really just adding, the link bars, redoing the upper and lowers, doing some sectioning and stuff in the front. But for the most part, it's the stock frame. So if I had wanted to body drop it, then it would have to be getting frame rails bent, then taking Bobby took the body off to do everything. But then now you're talking about getting it up on a jig, like it just like there's a lot more. Stuff.
You could, as you talk through this, you're like in your head, you're like, actually, I probably could have just body dropped it. Because like remember when I went to sit in your back seat at Summer Madness years ago, and you're like, wait, the back seat, and I was like, whoa, it's super tight in here. And then you have Joey's, which is body drop right next to yours, and the back seat is completely factory.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's just because his link bars are different. He has like really short ones. Like anyway, yeah. The room in the back of my truck is non-existent.
You're like, I would have had to taken the whole body off. Wait, I did take the whole body off.
Yeah.
We would have had to wait, I did that already.
Well, I didn't do anything. Bobby did all that. But
I know.
Anyway,
Bobby would have
happy.
Bobby would have just handed you a fatter invoice, and you would have been like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, well, and that's it. Well, that's the other thing. It takes. I mean, that's a real thing. It takes. I had already created a budget for the truck.
Yeah,
and
and you said time too,
and
because
time.
imagine throwing that at him, and then you never know what would have happened.
Exactly. This is a fact. My truck is the last mini truck to roll out of there finished.
Yeah.
Bobby just does like supercars and stuff now, but mine was the last mini truck that he built.
Yeah, it could have still been sitting there right now.
It could have been.
You
We
never
don't know.
know.
We don't know what would have happened. So, but like we've talked about many times before about having a plan, and that was my plan. Like I put together this idea in the beginning. I said, okay, how much is this going to cost? How much is this going to cost? Okay, I need to do this to acquire this, and everything fit. It fit the budget.
Yeah.
Everything fit the budget. So,
And you can and your truck lays so close. You know what I mean? It's like you have the right wheels on there now to where it looks. That's another thing with wheels. you can have the right wheels to make them look bigger. So like say on the air conditioning thing, so you're like, okay, the difference between 18s and 19s or 17s and 18s, you can get a different style wheel that looks a little bit bigger, like
That's
true.
true.
Like a thinner spoke. But if you get like a fat spoke, they look small.
That's true.
So you just gotta on your wheel choices. That's part of it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all that planning stuff. But yeah, what else was I gonna say about that? The my truck in particular. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, everybody thinks it's body dropped until you park it next to Joey's, and then you're like, oh, that's not body dropped at all.
What was that joke that Cat Williams said? Everyone with a Chrysler 300 thinks it looks like a Bentley or a Rolls Royce until you pull it next to a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, that's true.
That was like my truck. I think my truck's nice until I pull up to a bunch of nice trucks, and I'm like, oh.
Oh, the Nissan, when you pull it up. But hey, man, you had fun. That's all that matters, man. Is you had a good time.
I know.
That's the best part.
I have a challenge now. It's 10 o'clock. I'll get done with this. I'm going to make some breakfast and then try to edit that video. And then if I get to a point where I'm going to finish it, but it's late tonight, I'll keep going. But if I get to a point and I know I'm not going to finish it, then I'll edit this podcast. But if not, I might edit this podcast on the plane.
What time are you leaving tomorrow?
I think I have to leave here at like 9
in the morning. Oh,
Yeah.
That's your whole day.
Yeah. Or I might wake up early and do it. I don't know. We'll see what happens because I really want to get that out because I know if I don't, when I get back from this show, I have to edit this C10 show all next week before I leave for Rolling in the Red Rocks.
It has to be done.
Like I have to get a bunch of stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
So then the Nissan video wouldn't be out till after Rolling in the Red Rocks, and it's like,
Yeah, I know, man. It's just the wheels keep on turning around here.
Yeah, they do. Are we going to answer another question, or do you have to go?
I have to leave pretty soon. We're almost at about an hour, right?
Yeah, we're a little over an hour.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we'll save those because next week. We'll just probably be doing some more questions and then talking about just getting ready for Rolling in the Red Rocks and we can talk about your C10. See what happened at the C10 show.
Yeah, because there's some weather coming in, so we'll see how that goes.
For the C10 show this weekend?
Yeah, but it's all on asphalt, so we'll see what happens. But
and one more time, like to reiterate, like you're going to 3 events that are all connected. Is it like a Triple Crown kind of thing?
I don't know, but it's the same promoter that does it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know because like remember Doug wanted to do something like that. Like him and Shane were doing like I don't know if it was Shane. I don't know who it was, but I remember someone was doing like a Triple Crown where if you went to Roll in the Red Rocks.
Oh, that was us.
That was us. That was you.
That was us. Yeah, me. It was Forbidden Fantasy, the mini truck one when it was in Bakersfield.
Oh, that's right.
And the Oregon show, and then
that's right.
We had a Cruise to the Pines in it, I think, too.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's talk about our giveaway real quick.
So
we don't know what we're giving away from Switch yet. I still got to work on that. But we are our buddy Chris DiNardo from Alan Ed's in Escondido.
With the Scion, with the graphics.
Yep. He's got the red Scion with the graphics on it. If you're anywhere in the San Diego area and you need audio stuff, look him up. He's down there at Alan Ed's in Escondido. But he is hooking us up with this is a Kenwood in-dash Apple CarPlay. Let's see, 6.8-inch monitor, touchscreen, USB, Apple CarPlay, Android, all that stuff. So
nice. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, we appreciate that. And
that's awesome.
That's either going to be part of our giveaway, or it's going to be a second place, or it's going to be a first place, or it's going to be something.
I like the second place.
Yeah,
I do like the second place thing because sometimes we're kind of like,
or it's not going to be a first and second place. It's just going to be two prizes.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah. Definitely. No, that's great. That's really cool. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and then it might be up to the thing too where maybe we'll invest a little bit and we'll buy a couple things from them. And then we'll just do random giveaways.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So
like
really
we could
cool.
just randomly pull a name on the podcast one day and be like, "Congratulations, you win this."
We'll plan it. I like all those are great ideas. I like them all.
Me too. I like giving stuff away.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, right? Doesn't it feel cool?
It does.
We had a little, mishap this last giveaway with the internet stuff, which I'm fixing. But yeah, no, it feels really cool to give stuff away. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
It feels good to win things, so other people should give us stuff too.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, people do give us stuff. They give us cool stuff.
Like Cruise to the Pines. Like I should have won that air conditioner.
Yeah, I know. You should call somebody. You should send an email.
You should call an AC guy and just pay for it.
Right. Yeah.
So my garage can stay 80 degrees in the summertime, so I could because I was like thinking about that. I don't care if my garage has AC, but then I was looking at the Nissan and I was like, oh, the next truck I might have to actually like work on in the garage and do stuff. And I go, there's no way. I don't even go in my garage in the summertime.
It must get so hot, huh?
Oh yeah, like the t-shirts in the bags like melt together.
No way.
Like it's stupid.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but I'm like, I could put an AC in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your door that Mike is supposed to put in.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, Mike. You can go Robin. You guys can go Robin, but he just can't put in a door.
Yeah. Hold up.
Brian is putting on his Robin mask. There you go. Yeah.
Hold on, I can't hear you. So the best part about this is when we
Your eyes
left.
are like totally...
I can't see myself. Is that good?
Oh, it's great. Oh, there you go. Now you're ready.
So when we first put this on, I was like this. And I was like, what's wrong? I was like, oh, it's my chin.
Brian's chin is just hanging out of this.
Yeah.
You guys got to come over. Our audio listeners, I'm trying to describe it, but I can't. It's too damn funny. You guys got to come over to the YouTube channel and see it.
Maybe this is my alter ego, Robin Banks.
Dude, Robin, I like it, dude.
Right?
There's a whole band. There's a band called Masked Intruder.
Yeah.
And their whole shtick is they wear masks like that. And they don't have names that go by colors.
Yeah.
They're like purple and green and yellow and stuff.
No,
So,
my name
yeah.
is Robin, like Robin Hood.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Yeah.
It's very clever.
All right,
Oh
we
my
got to
gosh.
go.
All right,
We
yeah.
got to go.
Thanks for checking out this week's episode. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.